Okay, let's see if Joe ate his Wheaties this morning or not. Now there's only so far I can drill this up in here because this is kind of in my way too. I think I might have to get this stuck out as far as I can and see what happens here. See, it's hitting the back already, and I think it's going through. I got this as tight as I can. Oh, when it starts doing that, you're almost at the end, so I'm going to take a little bit of pressure off. Oh, oh. So I can't get that any tighter. Huh. Come on. There. Okay. It went through. So let's just try the bigger bit that I was thinking. Get this shoved out. These are just kind of the steps you're going to have to go through sometimes. So, you know, if you don't know this, that's why you're watching this video, apparently. See there? Look. Just like that, I've got it through. Now I want to make sure I don't go too far or else I'm going to dig a hole right through the cabinet, and that's not going to be good either, is it? That would defeat our purpose. So you've got to have a light touch depending how far you are away from the wood. Okay? So I'll get my other drill set up here, and actually, well, yeah, I guess I'll try using the drill with this first. I'm going to use this size screw in there. Okay, see, it's already through, and I'm just going to keep going. Now, before I go any further, I think I'm going to do the rest by hand. Let's get my hand screwdriver out here. And see, that's pulling it over now. About like that. I've got about a little bit more than a 1/16 on both sides, and see, it's still a little springy, but I think I might have to put a second screw in there, you know, and then also put another one over here, and that'll help hold the springiness. But obviously, before I do that, you know, I'm going to put the door back in, and the screw is sticking out quite a ways over here, and that's good. That's a good thing. In fact, I might as well take you down there so you can see this. No funny business going on. And I kind of like this corner cabinet. See how that works? It's just like that, and you pull right there, and it's got the hinges on there, and it's got a double lazy Susan, and so you can take advantage of all that cabinet space. Well, here's the screw, and the screw is actually right behind that. See, right there. So I can move that. The last thing I want to do is grab that with my knuckles as I'm reaching in here for something, or my hand, or whatever. So I can take a pair of pliers and snap that right off. And before I do that, now see, if you had a cabinet shelf that was right here, that was a fixed shelf, let's say, we may not have to do anything because you're never going to reach up there and hit that. But I always like to snap those off. Okay. But before I do that, obviously, I want to put this drawer back in here. See what I was talking about? See the gap right there? There's about a little over a 1/16, and the same right there. Now when I look down the side, this here is almost flush. In fact, that the very edge of this is sticking that way about, oh, maybe a 1/16 to an 1/8. When I look at this one here, see the edge of this? It's actually on the back side of that. And so if anything, I could see if I could push this over, and I think I can, and then I'd probably have to put another screw in right there to kind of hold that over there. See, because that could affect how the door sets in there properly. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get this drawer back in there and see what we have to do next before I drill any more holes. This back over there. Okay, where is it? Oh, up over that. Okay. There it is. Let's see, I've got where this slides right up against here, I've got more gap right there, which I figured I would, and this one is pretty close to being tight, which tells me I probably should hit the cabinet over at the bottom. And maybe when I do that, you see right now, this whole door seems like it's wanting to lean to the right. And there's some slop in here. I don't know if there's really any adjustment per se that I can do with that, because that's just the container as it's sliding in there, you know? So I think I like the fact that it probably needs to go that way further. So in fact, I could probably take this screw and tighten it up and maybe cheat the whole cabinet to the right a little bit, because the drawer leans to the left. Okay, so now I've just snugged it over. I'm almost flush here. I got just a fingernail amount there, and over here I got a good 3/16 now. So I might play with that right now because I've done that. Well, maybe not because I've done that, but at the bottom here, see this whole cabinet face frame has come loose from the actual cabinet, from all of the times that this thing has been hitting the back side, opening it, because I had it back so far. See, right now it's rubbing on there, and that's because the bottom has to be pushed over there to the right. Okay, all right, so now I know that. And once I get that, I may have to readjust this. So, you know, it's kind of like trial and error. Try it one way, and then you can see what needs to be done next. Let's get this resituated a little bit. Now, I want to make sure I can move it to the left, and I think I can. Just a little. Yeah, see, that's working. And on the bottom drill hole, see, I look up here and I know the bottom of the cabinet underneath the sink is this high. Okay, so if I can get it a little bit lower than that, I'm going to hit right into the edge of that toe kick or the side of that cabinet, and it's going to be lower than the shelf, right? So it won't matter. I could put a long screw in there or whatever, because nobody's ever going to see it. But if it's up above the shelf, make sure that you look in there and you snap it off when you get done. Okay? Very, very important. A couple times I've done that before, and I learned by trial and error and cutting myself later, or having an owner complain about it later after I was done. So That's a little pet peeve of mine, is to remember to do that. Okay, so I think I can go pretty far down low. Make sure I'm beyond the edge of where the toe kick is. Okay. Ah, look at that. Well, that wasn't in the plan. I snapped my bit off. Look at that. That's because I was putting a lot of force on it and I was doing it at an angle. Shoot. Hey. Well, lucky for me, I've got a few extra bits here. And later on, I'll have to go to the store. You know, maybe I had it stuck out too far. I don't know even where that tip went. Where did it go anyways? I don't see it. Okay. See, I probably should maybe even push it in all the way, because this one's different than that one. Now I can get my whole drill in there and I can drill straight on there like that. Like that, jeez. Holy cow. Okay, put that one in tight. This in. This is my my bit holder, and you can take the tips out and there's a magnet in there and it kind of pops in and holds, or there's a little notch groove in there or something, and you can push and pull those right out so that you can switch those out. Okay. All right, so now I've got about the same length screw as before, and in fact I may have to start that in there first. See, now is my drill even? Can I even do it because I put it in at an angle? Let's see here. I guess that'll work, just barely. Hold your mouth just right and push. Okay, now I gotta push some more. There, I saw it go. I'm almost flush there. Okay, I can take my other screwdriver. I could use the battery one too, but that's okay. Okay, now I've got that sucked up better. I'm almost flush. You see how this cabinet door, from all that banging, years of banging back and forth, it's pulled out. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that just yet. You know, I could take a finish nail and put it in right there, right into the bottom. But if I do that, then I'm going to see a nail right there. But the only time I'm going to see it is when this door is open. I might do that. Because see, the bottom shelf is thicker than this side. This side, yeah, see, it's only 3/8 of an inch. I'd have to put a nail exactly perfect, and even then, it probably still might not hold. Okay, so I might have to take a look at that. I have to take a look at that later. First things first, let's get this. Okay, so I've got that shoved over, and this here, I've got that kind of tight. Okay. Boy. Oh. Wow. It even looks like this face frame is loose all the way up. So as I'm putting that screw in, it's pulling this over that way just a hair. I think I'm liking that though. I think that's going to be okay. All right. Let's put that drawer back in.